Hello, hello, how's it going everyone? Back again for another episode. Today I am going to dig some hallways. I will have to cross this gap here with uh, ideally glass slabs because I will have to install those later anyway. So it always is best to just install them as soon as possible and kinda not waste time having to install them later on the, having going through and removing this layer underneath to replace with glass slabs. So I just do it immediately, pretty much for some of the some of these well, yes, in place where it's empty I do it, and if it's not empty I leave it for later after I dig all of the 11 hallways. I I do I do think this is the last hallway. I have noticed that yeah, this is this usual sandstone spot where I run into it at on the last hallway, which is 11th hallway, and yeah, here it is. So more than likely I'd say this is the only hallway left before I can uh, begin the next task, which is removing a layer of stone mostly underneath to install glass slabs. So that's obviously great. After I'm done with this floor, I think I'd like to go go back to the surface, so to back to sea level, and do some construction. Maybe I have had some ideas after taking a break for a few, well, most like a week. After taking a break for about a week, I thought that maybe I don't have much of an idea how to proceed with the tower, but I did think of a few buildings that I could maybe begin constructing in instead of just going to the usual tower building. And that's, I was thinking of making a bridge which is like a tall bridge that goes over the jungle trees, and pretty much, yeah, it's an arched bridge, I guess you could say, where the where I kind of go over the jungle trees that are surrounding the base, and that would be a nice way to just not make a complete circle out of these jungle trees, but only a partial circle where to the rest of the world the connection is through the bridge, which I am yet to make. Of course, I still don't have it, but I thought these would be interesting ideas. Oh, and the second idea I was debating, maybe it would be cool to see to build a place for boats, so like a parking garage but for boats on the beach, like just kind of take part of part of the beach and turn it into part of the lake, I guess, and turn it into a boat parking garage. I could park a few boats there, and it doesn't really serve much of a purpose. Well, of course it does, in a way that yeah, I can park my boats there, but I already have space for a single boat anyway, and even if I didn't have, I could just leave it parked right next to the shore and just jump into it whenever I needed it. But I thought that maybe it would be kind of an interesting thing to construct, like a boat parking garage, like a boat yard, I guess. Is it what it's called? I didn't want to say it because I'm not sure if that's the correct word, like for the boat parking garage. But yeah, if it's not, then I'll continue using boat parking. And yeah, so those are two the ideas that I was thinking of. But maybe I'll just go and do the classic, which is build another floor for the tower. My biggest concern with building floors on the tower is that feels like whether I like it or not, I do get these like feelings that I have to build something original. It doesn't. I prefer not using always the same types of blocks, and just kind of wanted to make the construction a bit more varied, more colorful, and more intricate, I guess you could say. And when you try to do that on every floor, it gets difficult to really think of something that not necessarily is like original, but at least original enough to me, so as I don't think it isn't, so as for me not to think that it's boring and overused. So that's the kind of situation that I'm at right now with the tower building. I've done quite a few floors on there, and yeah, the types of blocks that you can use is dwindling without just repeating yourself over and over again. Now, what exactly at this moment, as I was talking about it and thinking about it, I maybe mixing, like I thought that maybe mixing different types of blocks would be interesting, but in a way that half of the, like one wall is out of brick, another is out of sand, and another is out of gravel, stuff, or wood, things like that. But it may look a bit chaotic, which I guess my tower already looks kind of, let's just say, the way I built it wouldn't really be very stable. But yeah, this is a game, so... Oh, how did I miss this? Look at that, I missed this part of the hallway that I've already installed with glass slab floor. Yeah, and so it remains to be seen. I'll probably be busy with finishing up with this floor at least on today's episode, possibly part of tomorrow's episode as well. Uh, that means today I don't really need to think about much. Just yeah, install this glass slab floor and then move on. Or move on most likely not in this episode. I'll still be just busy with this. Yeah, I'm kind of checking what's behind me constantly because it's pretty important. There are gaps and holes in this on this floor, so whenever you're walking backwards, it would be ideal to check if you're not walking into a hole or something like that. So that's what I was doing. Fortunately enough, no holes, no gaps, at least not on that hallway. So that means on to the next one. I'll be doing this, of course, crafting extra pickaxes along the way. These stone pickaxes are not made to last very long, and that's totally fine. I'm very used to that. Well, very. I guess I don't really have what to compare this to, and me saying very is more like saying in my experience, it's yeah, saying I'm saying only from my perspective. So yeah, that's only my opinion from the limited experience that I have gathered. Okay, so this torch will be extinguished, but that's fine. Guess we can do it like this, put it on a block here, and that's more than fine. As well as no, yep, this will have to do, I suppose. Now I'll finish with this hallway and then on to the remaining ones. I think I have at least 6 more now after this. I'll also need to get some more of these glass slabs. I do. I think I have more in the chests, but I'll have to check. Might as well do one more hallway and then go check. Oh, look at that. Part of it has already been done. This is a good thing. This is the good part about the holes. I can just install the glass slab here immediately without having to really, yep, do it like this, like here, digging the stone firstly and only then installing the floor. And I think it's a bit confusing since I call this floor installation process, and I also call this entire like construction a floor, floor 24 to be exact. So using the same word for different things is kind of confusing sometimes, even for me. So I would imagine if anyone was listening, but guess maybe it doesn't matter that much. Guess you can still understand the kind of the what's the saying, the gist of it. I really don't know what it means, but I've heard it used before, and I kind of thought that this is how it should be used. And yeah, like kind of getting, like, roughly getting what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like the basics of what I'm talking about here. So now I'm off to the storage area, and I'll be getting some glass if there is any to be found. Yeah, perfect. I've got almost 3 stacks of glass, which will be very, very useful for me. Let's, I guess, yeah, do that. Make the recipe, or more like prepare the recipe on the crafting grid, and back to these hallways. Doing the last task, the floor installation. So these are done. Yeah, now I'll go and I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. 6 or so, maybe 5. Either way, I managed to do, and there is still a few minutes left. So, but I still, I'll say I managed to do about half of this, half of the work, half of the remaining work on this floor. And tomorrow, or whenever I do the next episode, hopefully tomorrow, I'd like to do one more tomorrow, and I'll probably be done with the floor, and then yeah, time for constructing things on the sea level. Still not decided on what I'll build, but yep, maybe that's part of the fun. Just, oh, look at that! Could have fallen in here. It's not too deep though. Part of the fun, and just what I guess on depends on my mood tomorrow on what I'll decide to build. If I had to go and construct something and choose between building a tower floor, a bridge, or a boat parking garage, I'd probably go with a bridge over the trees. But yeah, that's only what I would like to do today. Tomorrow it may be different. So, or whenever the next episode is. And yeah, I don't know. Sometimes for example, here I took a break for a week or so. Just wasn't in the mood to do videos, and it was kind of hot. Like the weather was really hot. Wasn't feeling it. Usually I'd like when I just started the channel, I'd still do it. But now, I guess once you skip a few days and you come back, or or for example, if I took a lengthy break after I came back from that, I guess it's easier to just yeah, take a break and not make a big deal out of it. But yeah, it's nice to be taking breaks, and I'm glad I've to just understand that taking breaks is nice. and I'm happy that I've been, I guess, shown that taking breaks is beneficial and yeah, good. Something like that. Anyways, I guess that's enough for today. I'll try to finish these last few hallways on the next episode.